Hello fellow micro pigs. Today we're going to take a little ride in the woods, but there's actually going to be a real subject to this video. Today I want to cover something that many people haven't really given a lot of thought to. Well, a lot of people do, but not everybody does, and that's recovery equipment. When you come out a lot or with your littles, here's the kids. When you go out with them, you end up running into a case where you're self-reliant. You have to recover yourself. You can either get a bunch of guys together and help each other, which is the best way, or you find a way to be self-sufficient. For me, there's two types of winch guys. There's the small winch guys, and then there's the big winch guys. Some dudes like to put a big old massive one right on the front of their ride, and that is absolutely awesome, except it weighs a crap ton, which is kind of where I go to the other side of the fence. I like less winch and technique to use it rather than relying on just brute strength of something that's huge. So for starters, since my lovely daughter is going to be my camera person for this one, come over here a second, Lily. First, take a look at this. All right, this is my winch line. Now what I've seen so many times, this is my rear winch, and it's pretty small, but it, as I've said in other videos, it doesn't take a whole lot. I've seen so many guys head out into the mud or onto something, usually it's the mud or deep water, and they leave this all the way spooled in, whether front or back, and then they're laying on their hood and they're trying to find the hook under there, reaching their arm this deep in mud. Do yourselves a favor. If you're going out, hang your hook high. If you even wanted to go a step further, you could take the clutch loose on it and pull a bunch of line out and wrap it up and have it up there. There's lots of things you can do to keep yourself from having to swim from the belly button forward to get your winch out of there or get your winch line up. Moving forward, I have a front-facing winch right here. And like I said, small winch guy, I use a small winch, but there's a technique. So that comes to today's video. What's in your recovery bag? What do you bring with you? My recovery gear is not absolutely the best, but it just always seems to work. I've taken this thing and buried it down to the frame. Oh, that's another thing. You've got two choices. When you're out there in the woods and you hit mud, you have two choices. You can either step on the gas and keep spinning your tires until you rub ruts down and you're sitting on the frame, and then your tires have absolutely nothing for grabbing. You're just basically sitting on your frame. Well, that's a dead pull for your winch. It's hard on the winch. Even if you have a big winch, don't make it harder on your winch if you don't have to. So when you feel yourself and you're at that point where you know you're not going to get out, just stop. Stop what you're doing. Leave a little bit of clearance underneath the bottom of the car if you can, so that when it is time to spool it out, you can actually do it without having to dead pull yourself and basically shovel the ground as you come out. So let's take a look at the Micro Pig Quickie Easy Recovery Gear. All right, starts with one of these right here. See that? We'll start with that. You know, this car is not made for big people, so it's a little bit of a chore sometimes when I get in there. All right, let's see. This would be a good spot to show you. All right, I don't want to hear any Packers jokes out there. I've had this forever. My family's from Northern Illinois, and the rest of them are from Southern Wisconsin, so I fall on the Packers side of the family. I hear "Go Bears" all the time. Anyway. What do we have in here? All right. This thing right here is an axle strap. This is something you can easily buy on eBay, and they're meant to wrap over your axle, and then you can tie it down to your trailer. When I take mine off my trailer, I throw one of these in the car. Usually two, but one is really all you need. And the reason is because of this guy right here. This is a snatch block. Because I am a small winch guy, snatch block is my friend. Now what this is just a pulley. This will double the capacity of your winch, give or take, but that's the theory. Double the capacity, but then it makes the line pull half as fast. So you give up one and you get another, but I'd rather take my time and pull myself out and basically use this. I mean, it's better on my winch, and this also gives my small winch more capacity. This has to do with my double line pull. So, this right here, I don't remember if it's a 4 or a 6. No, this one's a 10. I think I left my 4-footer at home. I pull trees with my tractor, but anyway, this is my tree saver. You want a small strap with you that you can wrap around the tree and not rip up its bark. Why kill the tree? And no, I'm not one of those crazy tree hugger. I guess I'm kind of an environmentalist. Anyway, you know, if you love nature, you're gonna care. Use a small strap, protect that tree. I always carry an extra hub or two in my recovery bag. You'd be surprised how many times a manual hub is gonna take a crap on you on the trail. Keep one. Doesn't take but a couple minutes to change it out. I carry an extra winch line. These little guys right here are rated always far more than the winch is, which is why I double line pull. This is worth about 8,000 or 9,000 pounds. The winch is worth 4,500 pounds. Double line pull means I'm pulling 9,000 pounds. There's no way I'm pulling 9,000 pounds on my little Kia, unless I, well, do something really stupid. So I always keep an extra winch line, sometimes two. If you break one, or if you just need to make a temporary shelter, run your winch line between a couple of trees. A lot of good reasons to have rope with you. Shackles. Gonna need shackles. Shackles do a lot of things. I keep a couple different sizes. This allows you to have connection points. Winch has a hook on it, but use a shackle to put your tree saver around the tree, shackle to it, run your winch line all the way to the tree, hook this up with another shackle to your tree saver, like this. Winch line goes from the car forward, through that little pulley, and right back to the car. And that's where this comes in. Come here, Lily. Basically, you take this guy, and you can either shove it through here, like this, and bring it around and bring the loops together, or you can find a connection point on the bottom by the frame. But you just wrap this around something good and stiff. I don't pull from right where the winch is setting, because this is a lighter duty winch mount. It's not as heavy as most. So I'm gonna go to a solid point on the frame when I use this. So half the pulling weight is pulling on the winch, the other half pulling on the frame. So, last but not least, I keep a 50-foot strap. This is a 3-inch 50-footer. I've only got 50 foot of pull line on the winches, so by having an extra 50 feet, that allows me some more freedom. If I have to span it across a creek this way and put a shackle down the middle and pull from the center, I can do that. Or I can run this all the way, or this one all the way out 50 feet and have 100 feet. You know, I'd have to pull 50 feet, break it loose from the strap, and then spool back out and hook up and pull the last 50 feet. So gives you some more range. That's pretty much all I have in my bag right now, other than I normally carry Max Tracks. Lily, if you turn around and take a look at the shovel on that cargo basket, even if it's a cheap one, bring a shovel with you. Because if your nose goes down in the dirt, that's what's gonna allow your tire to have a clear path to be able to pop up out of the ground, rather than just shoving your nose into it like a bulldozer. So, in finish, I think any off-roading experience should be well prepared for with some sort of a recovery gear. And I'm not stuck right now. It's gonna rain later. If I get stuck, I'll do a separate video to follow this one, having to hook up a double line pull, and I'll show you how it actually works. But for now, click like and subscribe, especially if you're into micro four-wheel drives. It's a growing community. It already has pretty good following, and I just love interacting with people that are into it as well. So also find me on Facebook, Micro Pig Off-Road Club on Facebook, and hopefully we'll see you there. That's where you can show us what you ride or what you wheel and any modifications that you've done to it. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you on Facebook.